Okay, guys. All right. Um, so it's just more of a warm up before we actually start the shoots. Basically, we'll be using GitLab for this. It's my favorite because the next step of what we're going to be doing is going to involve. It's going to involve like some pipelines, and GitLab is pretty good at the complete DevOps suite. So we'll be using GitLab from beginning to end, not GitHub. So just so you're aware. Before we start, let me outline a few of the problems that we have. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to look at a simple GitFlow. We're going to learn how to set up our branches. Give me a minute. Okay. There we go. We're going to look at our branch setup. We're going to look at our merge strategy. And then mainly under the merge strategy, we're going to be looking at rebase, a heavy use of rebase to ensure that we have like a clean history and stuff. It's going to be basic, but yeah. Okay, so 10 minutes marker is up and we can start. So if we look at Git graph here, we will notice this is Git graph of Dev Congress jobs. So you'll notice something like here, where we make a bunch, we make one more commit, and then we merge back into master. If you look at this, it might look a bit untidy. I don't know, but some people might not like this. But let's look at how we can improve something like this. Okay, so before we set up a project, we first need to decide how our branches are going to be set up. What goes into production, what goes into staging, what goes into development, how features are created, stuff like that, right? So we're gonna go with GitFlow, very simple. We're gonna have a master branch. We're gonna have a develop branch. So we're gonna have master, develop, and these are going to be our two main branches. Then we're going to have our feature branches, which are going to go in the form of feature slash feature hyphen name. We're going to have hotfixes. We won't look at these today, but whenever there's a quick hotfix, we're going to have something like hotfix hyphen name, right? I generally tend to prefer underscores, but hyphen name. Yeah. Now everything in master is going to go into our staging. The idea being, whenever something gets into master, then it's ready for deployment, right? So we deploy it into staging. Whatever is in develop, we can put into like our test. It could even go into staging, but it all depends on your strategy. But generally, I would go with staging into master, master into staging, develop into test. And then what we have here is tags. So whenever we tag something in master, we are going to put into production. Right. So going back into GitLab, let's create a new project. Ninja Penguins is a public project, so you can look it up if you want. We're gonna call this GitFlow. Public. Let's initialize it, and then let's go. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna clone this. Where am I? CD. Okay. Now we're gonna call it something easier. Get clone that. So we clone our repository first, and then we're gonna start locally. Okay. There we go. Nope, don't save. Okay, let's take a look at what our current Git graph looks like. Nothing. Now, what's the normal way of doing things? Generally, someone would create a branch, and then they would do some work, and then they would merge it back into master. So let's look at something along those lines. Let's say, yeah. So what the heck? Okay. And that, really, we're going to check out normal branch. Okay, and then we're going to push this, right? Let's just check out master for now and go back to GitLab. Okay. Simple. We're going to create a merge request from our normal branch. Nothing. We're not going to smash any commits. Just going to submit that. It's a work in progress, but let me edit this. Take out the work in progress tag and then save that. Okay. Let's do another. Let's do something else. Let's commit. For normal. Yeah. And let's add another one. Another change. Let's just do this second from normal. Commit that. Push. Okay. So normally, why have I pushed this? And oh crap! Yeah, that was dumb. Let me undo last commit. Undo the last commit. I don't know if a force push would work because sometimes master is protected on GitLab, so we're gonna force to just redo that. I accidentally committed. Yeah, okay, it won't work. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Let's just do a git pull first before we proceed. Okay. All right. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. So let's say normal branch. Let's add I swear I'm gonna kill myself. First, and then we're gonna do. No, let's undo that. And then let's do second. Okay, let's push that. And then check out master now. Right. Should see our changes this time. There we go. 2 different commits and then 1 change. What's here? Resolve conflicts. All right, there's actually something that, let me use ours because that's the most important thing. So there's something that would happen in real life. You're going to have conflicts and then you would have to resolve them and stuff like that. An example, if you're working on a branch and the master changes, then what do you do? So we're going to look at this subsequently. So there's like the naive way of using Git. If you were just using Git, like